ES Audio.
Hello, I'm Mark Blunden, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, liver drug COVID treatment breakthrough. Let's get started. Britain's first ever orbital space launch has been confirmed for a week's time. A 747 will take off from Cornwall Airport Newquay and release its satellite-packed rocket on Wednesday. It will climb 745 miles high, up to 8,000 miles per hour, before unfurling its payload. Spaceport Cornwall received its CAA licence last month, while Virgin Orbit is still awaiting the final mission sign-off. Launch is planned for a little after 10 p.m. with a 2-hour window and, of course, a Plan B date if the good old British weather conspires against them. Next, a Cambridge University team has discovered that ursodeoxycholic acid, an off-patent liver drug, actually has the side benefit of shutting down COVID cells.
It all started by working on the liver, which is what we work on in the lab, and then we thought, could it be useful for the lung? And this is how we started expanding and testing it on the lung and in the gut and in other organs which are infected by COVID.
That's Dr. Fotios Sampaziotis from the Wellcome MRC Stem Cell Institute at Cambridge University.
What we found what is new about this drug is that it has the possibility to close the doorway that the virus uses to get into our cells. This is called the viral receptor ACE2, and by closing the door to the virus, it prevents infection from even starting.
But be advised, it's not a vaccine, and the idea is that if successful, this drug would be used with vaccines, and after tests in cells and on hamsters, full human clinical trials are planned. As China lifts its zero-COVID lockdowns following landmark protests, has the regime strategy done anything to actually stop disease spread to protect the population's immune systems?
The trouble with this zero-COVID policy is that overall, few people have had infections. In fact, it's estimated that something like only 1.5 million out of a population of 1.4 billion people have had infections. Therefore, they haven't had the immunity that comes from being infected.
That's Lawrence Young, a virologist at the University of Warwick.
What you've got is a population who are very, very susceptible to infection and to developing severe disease, which could put untold pressure on the healthcare system.
China's severe anti-COVID policies also included forcing citizens into quarantine camps. Now, Better Call Seal? Because researchers found that Cape fur seals display the fastest mother-to-young vocal recognition of any mammal, even knowing their pup's squeaky cry just 2 hours after birth.
They are the most colonial pinnipeds on Earth, so they form huge colony of several hundreds, thousand of individuals. So there is a highly risk of confusion, visual and acoustic confusion between individuals.
That's paper co-author Dr. Isabelle Charrier, a senior researcher at the Institute of Neuroscience at Paris-Saclay University.
We have also observed in this species that separation between the mother and the pup can occur very early after birth. We haven't seen this kind of very early separation in other pinnipeds. So that means that they really need to find each other very quickly.
The research also found the pinniped pups recognised their mother's bark just 4 hours after birth, suggesting early vocal identification by imprinting actually inside the womb. The findings are published in the Royal Society journals. In the past few weeks, 9 British children have died from Strep A. So what's caused a drop in immunity?
I think we're at a stage now where, yes, there may be kind of lost immunity due to sort of a lack of exposure during the past couple of years. But it's just too early to say, as there just isn't the sort of sufficient scientific analysis out there to kind of confirm that.
That's Evening Standard Health reporter Daniel Keane. So what should parents be on the lookout for? Here's mother of 3 Hayley Tiddley speaking about her experience.
Very red sore throat, high fever, tiredness, not drinking, refusing to eat. If they're still not perking up and something doesn't feel right, I think it's always worth asking the doctors.
You can hear more on the Evening Standard special leader episode. Let's go to the ads. Coming up, why a digital upgrade means New York's Met Opera is saying nay to IRL horses. Why not hit rate and follow in the meantime? Welcome back. It's a smartwatch, but not as you know it, because this one, Inspector Gadget style, actually has the earbuds hidden inside its face. Chinese tech manufacturer Huawei posted a video on social media site Weibo showing a clip with the front dial being lifted to reveal the earbuds, calling the device the Huawei Watch Buds. The idea is much like a usual charging box. The earbuds will use the watch's battery to help keep it powered. And finally, for over 3 decades, real horses have been on stage for the Metropolitan Opera's production of Aida, but it's all going digital. Now, new projection technology is being used to transport audiences in the Big Apple to ancient Egypt for Verdi's production. Now, the quartet of four-legged stars have taken their curtain call and are enjoying retirement at their stables in the Bronx. You're up to date. Come back at 4 p.m. for The Leader from the Evening Standard here in London. Tech and Science Daily is back tomorrow at 1 p.m. See you then.